So you think inflation is going to continue going upwards closer to the 10% number back where we were in 2021, 2022, rather than go to the 2% that the Federal Reserve Bank is asking for?
Yeah, I mean, there's like no chance that that's going to happen. And, ultimately the rate's going higher. But what's even worse is that the official rate probably only captures about half the actual price increases. So when you're at 9%, like we were probably closer to 18%. That was the reality.
Wow.
The government just creates a fantasy.
And I know you talked about inflation before inflation was popular. And nowadays, if you look at the reported inflation numbers, which I think is very interesting, over the last few years, the grocery inflation, I think, is around 22%, the reported numbers, meaning that if I bought a $100 part of groceries back in 2020, it should cost me about $122 today, versus for the average person, I think is costing significantly more than that today. How is the average person then, are they going to be able to consume things in the future when things continue to rise in price at a time where people are already starting to max out their credit cards, they're digging into their 401ks, and they're saving less money? How does somebody then afford groceries in 2025 and 2026 if it keeps getting worse?
Well, they're not. I mean, more and more people are going to have to give up on a lot of their discretionary spending because that money is going to go for food. It's going to go for electricity, insurance, energy, maintenance. I mean, the cost of everything is going to go up. And that increase is going to far outpace higher wages. In fact, a lot of Americans could actually have lower wages because they'll lose their job and they'll have to replace it with a lower paying job. So people are going to be cutting back on a lot of things. Now, some people will just, spend more for their food and cut back other places, but some people will have to just cut back on their food. And maybe they won't eat less, they'll just eat a lower quality diet. They won't have the expensive proteins and, fresh fruits and vegetables. They'll buy less expensive items because they can't afford to buy the more expensive goods that they used to buy, but now are just way too expensive.
If you enjoyed this clip and you want to watch the entire conversation, all you got to do is click that button right over there. And for those of you who want to stay up to date on the top finance and business news, you can join Market Briefs, my free financial newsletter, by clicking that button below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.